So I saw that most of us use the strategy of
There are an awful lot of good days in Catherine Warren's third grade class at Fraser Elementary School. Students on task, few behavior issues. It's like this in every Fraser classroom as the school has bought into a new way of teaching, requiring more positive interaction with students.
Mainly we've been focused on our building around behavior.
The change was sparked by a decade of research by the University of Louisville. The largest of its kind research project has monitors like Marlene recording the interactions between teachers and students in more than 13,000 classrooms. That data is producing clear findings.
You can predict both kid behavior and achievement by knowing nothing more than what the teacher's doing. People will like to say it's low income, it's yada yada, and all of those things may play a role, but what we know is teachers engaging in specific effective instructional behaviors get rid of all of that. It just comes down to kids will respond to the way teachers teach.
I can tell a good day versus a bad day in this classroom based on whether I have been positive with my students. And I can have that, it affects the feeling in this room, it affects behavior, it affects their performance when I am positive with my students.
Fraser Elementary welcomed a new principal 3 years ago who embraced the research, plus the coaching, mentoring, and strategy sessions with U of L. The results have been stunning. In the 2016-17 school year, Fraser had 147 student suspensions. So far this school year, none.
Besides the reduction in suspensions and suspendable behaviors, we've also seen a big increase in our students' sense of belonging. That was a focus when I started, and it continues to be a focus. When I took over, 57% of our African American males felt like they belonged in our building, and this last year we were at 98%. So that's, for a kid, that's life changing.
Teachers try to have 4 positive interactions with students every minute during a lesson. It can be difficult, but the reward is great.
It helps me think about how to reframe a comment. So instead of saying, you need to sit down, instead of just like directing them, I can think about it as, I would really appreciate if you sit down because that allows other people to see. So I can still give students direction, but I frame it in a way that doesn't make them feel like they're being ordered around, and it makes them feel like they're contributing to our classroom climate in a good way. As far as my instruction, I have so much more instructional time because I have way fewer behavior issues.
And Warren has some advice for other teachers.
I would say that the times that I've spent being a really harsh disciplinarian have not paid off. That those students, when they move on to another teacher, they have the same problems again. But when I have taken the time, especially at the beginning of the year, to be positive, to be thoughtful, and to treat my students with respect and take the time to work with them through these issues, that it pays off in the long run, because the rest of my school year is a school year full of learning and not a school year full of me having to get on to children. So I spend my time teaching.
Are we perfect? No. Do we have conflict? Yes. And so, we work with the University of Louisville and our coach on what kind of instruction do we need to have in Tier 1 so that every kid has the kind of skills that they need to better get along with each other.
The goal now, spread U of L's research findings and the Fraser Elementary model to more and more teachers and schools.
Scalability is never going to work by having one of my coaches in every classroom. It's got to be something that's being trained as they're going through their teacher prep and is being practiced at teacher prep, and they're getting feedback from their teacher prep program. Until that happens, we're always going to be fighting a losing battle. And again, at Louisville, we do that.